There has been a lot of rain, and I'm okay with the rain because there is one thing that's a positive about the rain, and you know what that is?
What's that?
Not that much heat.
You know what? I mean, it's Florida. Some people love the rain. You know what? I'm not going to say I don't like the rain, but you know what? I've lived here all my life. You know what? I'm okay with a little heat every now and then.
It depends on the heat, really. It really just depends on the heat. Like, if it gets to, drought level from a Groudon at like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, okay, you got me. But I don't need 90 degrees at 8:30 in the morning.
I mean, regardless of weather like that, if it's that hot, you know what? Take advantage of that. Make it a beach day.
There's beaches in Florida?
I think there's like 3 sides of beaches.
But then again, I mean, you know what happens at the beach, though, right?
What's that?
You gotta watch out for tentacles and tentacruels.
Oh man, I hate those things.
Yeah, I mean they're everywhere out there, and then maybe a couple of sharpedos.
No, the thing that scares me the most, you find far out a little bit, go swimming too far, might encounter Frillish, and those are very scary.
Yeah, I mean Frillish are pretty scary, but I hear Jellicents are very sensitive.
Yeah, they're a little squishy, and you know what? You just talk to them a little bit, they might come to understand you.
You are absolutely right there, Brendan. But we are going to get set for round 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 incredible players, and one of them is actually in our top 16 of the leaderboard right now, Brendan. It is Kerry D'Artona versus Andrew Navarro for round 3.
Ooh, I am excited for this battle. What we got in store? Oh, we got the same team again for a 3rd round in a row with the Calyrex Ice Rider and the Kyogre. But we got on Andrew's side, we see the Calyrex Shadow Rider, the one and only for today. And then we also have a Terapagos on his side. This looks like a very common team I've seen many times before, especially in Regulation G, where they have that same composition, but they're just going to put in a Shadow Rider because it just fits so well.
You are absolutely correct there, Brendan, with the Calyrex Shadow Rider. This is the only Calyrex Shadow that we have at this local. But what's even more crazy, there's a Terapagos on Andrew's side. That's what's even more incredible.
I'm looking at this Terapagos. It looks like it's the one that I've used personally a lot in all of Reg G. It's that common Calm Mind set, and just brings it so far back. I love that setup. The Terapagos is such a bulky Pokemon. It can take so many hits, especially with that Terra Shell ability. While it just keeps, setting up more Calm Minds. It has Incineroar and Rillaboom as partners to help with the fake out pressure. Got Ogerpon for Follow Me redirection. Just helping every Terapagos every step of the way to make sure in an endgame scenario it can really do some big damage.
You are absolutely right there. With partners like Incineroar and Rillaboom, a Calm Mind leftovers Terapagos can get those Calm Mind boosts off, boost its special attack and special defense, and then just be able to survive hits. And that's what you want out of Terapagos.
Terapagos, I mean, he's a little guy that can do so much for you, but we're going to take a look at Kerry's team. It looks very similar to what we've seen the past few rounds. One thing I'm noticing, can't recall 100%, but I see a different kind of Urshifu Rapid Strike with the Life Orb. I don't think we see too many of those every now and then.
I actually did run Life Orb at Atlanta on Urshifu. It was a lot of fun, even though I didn't really have the greatest matchups with Life Orb Urshifu, but when I brought it, it did damage. People you can't underestimate an Urshifu with a Life Orb.
You know what? It's helpful because you see so many Urshifu. They might be Mystic Ward just to get boosts on only the water type moves, or they go for choice, but that also kind of restricts you into only one attack. But you know what? It's okay. Let's try Life Orb. Let's get a little experimental. Give you more versatility with your moveset.
And looking at Andrew Navarro's team here, we do see that lone Calyrex Shadow Rider. It has Pollen Puff and Encore on its set, alongside Terra Ghost with the Focus Sash. So with that Focus Sash, it will live one full knockout hit at 1 HP. But with Encore on the Calyrex side, you can say lock that Rillaboom into Fake Out, or you can lock the Calyrex into Trick Room or something like that.
I see so many of these Calyrex showers. They're running the Encore nowadays. It's so interesting because a lot of people, they get scared of the Astral Barrage. They might click for a protect. You can't do that anymore because now you got the Encore in your moveset and just punish players who want to play defensively against Shadow Rider. And like, no, you're going to have to take these Astral Barrages or find some other way around to beat this Calric Shadow Rider.
And also noting on Andrew's side here, his Ogerpon does not have a grass-type move. You are not... your eyes are not deceiving you, ladies and gentlemen. Ivy Cudgel is a rock-type move on Ogerpon Cornerstone, but he does not have Horn Leech. He does not have Power Whip. He has Knockoff.
Knockoff is an interesting adjustment. I wouldn't be mistaken. Probably, aside from doing major damage to any opposing Shadow Riders, not that we're going to see any more today. But even then, there are still so many other Pokemon. You know, there's a handful of Lunalas out there. It can be a really interesting choice for this Ogerpon right now. Ooh, and he leads with it along with his Terapagos.
And we do see it is the Calyrex Ice Rider and the Iron Jugulus for carry. So this is our first seeing a sighting of Iron Jugulus today, Brendan.
Iron Jugulus is such a cool Pokemon. It's like the Hydreigon, but he's a robot now. And he's got the Quark Drive. He's going to boost probably his speed. And yep, there we go. And what the Iron Jugulus does best, it can just set up Tailwinds. It can set up Snarls to make sure, in this scenario, Snarl will make it a lot harder for Terapagos to be able to set up with his Calm Mind attacks.
You are absolutely right here. And also with Snarl, it will break Ogerpon sturdy if it manages to connect into the Ogerpon, because we have to remember Snarl is a 95% accurate move, so there is that chance that it will miss, and Sturdy survives for at least one more turn.
It's going to be really scary because you go for that Snarl, break the Sturdy from Ogerpon, and then he still has his Calyrex Ice Rider to be able to do a Glacial Lance, could possibly just knock it out right then and there.
And we see Iron Jugulus has been activated with its Terra Orb, and it must be Halloween time in May because that's an axe in its head right now.
It's got an axe in its head. It's going to use a Snarl. Is Steel type, so it can resist any potential rock attacks coming from that Ogerpon.
But we see the special attack drop on both Pokemon here on Andrew's side. The Ivy Cudgel is going to go into the Iron Jugulus. It is a resisted hit now as the Terapagos is going for that Calm Mind and getting that all-important special defense boost. Now, it won't get that special attack boost. It goes back to neutral. But more importantly, this Glacial Lance is going to do big damage because of the Terra Shell. It knocks out the Ogerpon, and suddenly Ogerpon is down, and Carrie Daytona has a Calyrex at +1 with a Terra Steel Iron Jugulus.
Carrie is such a good position right now. He has barely taken any damage from Andrew's Pokemon. And even then, all that Terapagos has to show for it at this rate in the battle is it has half of its HP and +1 in its special defense. So it's going to be a very uphill battle for Andrew right now.
And it's also important to note that this Iron Jugulus has Snarl. It is a 4-time super effective move into that Calyrex Shadow Rider right now, but the Calyrex Shadow Rider does have that Focus Sash, which would prevent it from being knocked out in one hit with a super effective Dark-type move here, as Andrew has opted to Terrastalize his Terapagos, and the hidden treasure of Area Zero has Terrastalized into its Stellar form.
Stellar form, Terapagos, right now, we see a Protect coming from the Calyrex Shadow Rider, playing it safe right now. I wouldn't doubt in any way we're probably going to see a big Terra Starstorm coming from this Terapagos. So we're going to see how much damage it might be able to do at this rate.
This is a +1 Glacial Lance here through the Tailwind, and it doesn't KO the Terapagos. It is very close, but this is a Terra Starstorm neutral, but it will be super effective into that Iron Jugulus because Stellar Terra is super effective. Jugulus survives! It lives!
1 HP!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness, and now Carrie is such a good position. He can just go for it. Snarl right again, just do a little more chip damage, but it doesn't even matter. He is ready to just be able to retaliate after that huge attack coming from the Terapagos right now. We're going to see what he can do in the next battle, but also with the Calyrex Shadow Rider, it previously just did a Protect last turn. Now it has the opportunity to go for whatever moves it wants. It might be even just go for an Astral Barrage.
And we see the Snarl come out. It actually doesn't do enough to KO the Calyrex will bring it down to its Focus Sash, but we do see the Astro Barrage come out on this Calyrex. It will take out that Hydreigon from 1 HP, and it did big damage into the Calyrex Ice Rider with the super effective Ghost-type damage, but this Calyrex Ice Rider is now going to be faster than the Terrapagos here with a Glacial Lance at +1, and the Calyrex Shadow Rider and the Terrapagos are down on Andrew's side, and Calyrex is now at +3 on its attack.
My goodness, this one Calyrex Ice Rider is just going to be ready to clean up, and we might be able to finally see a victory for this team today. We'll see how Carey can pull it off in the rest of this battle, because I believe both of Andrew's, both of his restricted Pokemon are gone, so we're going to see what he has left in the back at this point in the game.
And we do see it is the Rillaboom in the back. Now, what's important to note here is that the Rillaboom does have access to Fake Out, which could work for the Calyrex on this turn, but Calyrex will still probably be faster in the Trick, in the Tailwind for that last turn, as we do just see a Water Spout come out, doing big damage, and the Rillaboom hits it, but it goes for the Drum Beating, actually, into the Calyrex. Will it do enough? It falls on 1 HP!
Again!
1 HP! Carry Daytona's Calyrex barely survives in the home stretch and ends up knocking out all of Andrew's Pokemon.
My goodness. I don't know what Carey's doing with his Pokemon. They are just so bulky. They are living every single attack that's being thrown at them.
Unbelievable right there. Carry Daytona with the Calyrex getting all 4 knockouts in that game 1, Brendan.
My goodness. I can't believe that Carey was able to pull it off so incredible in his first battle like that. He just showed such dominant energy the whole battle.
I mean, getting that the Steel Terror off on the Iron Jugulis there on the first turn, just risking that that Andrew would go for an Ivy Cudgel into the Iron Jugulis and not even trying to risk it into the Calyrex there. That was a big play by Carey, and then getting that Glacial Lance off because it was doing more damage thanks to Terra Shell being broken.
You gotta also remember that because he went for that Terra on turn 1, no doubt, that means he put him in a pretty tough position, because he knew, hey, right next to it is the Terrapagos. It can just go for Terrassalization at any point with that super effective Terra Starstorm right at the Iron Jugulis and knock it out. But he knew it's all going to be worth it at the end of this battle, because he can put himself in such a position where neither Andrew's restricted Pokemon would be able to retaliate with any big damage back.
You are absolutely right. And how about that Iron Jugulis? The Calyrex living on 1 HP. The Iron Jugulis living on 1 HP. Those are the kinds of damage rolls that you hope for as a trainer, because you train your Pokemon as hard as you can, and when they get that 1 HP survival, that 1 HP in a dream, and help you secure the victory.
There's no Focus Sashes for these Pokemon, that's for sure, but they don't need them anyways, because they are built so bulky that they will always make sure to stay at 1 HP no matter what.
You are absolutely right, Brendan, but we are going to get into game number 2 here. After that game number 1, how will Andrew Navarro bounce back and force a game number 3 against Carey Daytona, or will Carey move on to 3-0?
Going 3-0 would be an incredible feature against so many strong trainers here today, but it shows that Carey is just as strong as all these other players.
And we do see Andrew leading off with the Calyrex and the Amoonguss here. Meanwhile, it is the Iron Jugulis and the Kyogre on the side of Carey. So Carey with the same lead here, but Andrew switching it up.
Andrew's switching it up entirely between 2 different Pokemon. He's got the Amoonguss there, which can do a lot of trouble for Carey's Pokemon, especially if with that Spore pressure. But at the same time, Carey does have the Rain activated, which means he can get those Hurricanes to never miss straight into the Amoonguss or any of Andrew's Pokemon for that matter.
And also, because the Rain is up, Carey has Thunder on his Kyogre, so much like Hurricane in Rain, Thunder will never miss unless the opponent protects.
Unless they protect, but I don't think he needs the Thunder at this very moment. But you know what? Rain is up. he doesn't have to worry too much. He can just go for all the water attacks he wants and do as much big damage as he can. I don't know about the water spout against the Shadow Rider being faster than it and clicking any astral barrages, but we'll have to see a Thunder. Ooh.
We do see a Thunder come out, and a Hurricane also was the move of choice on that Iron Jugulus. So in a very nice turn of events, we do see that Hurricane be clicked, but we also see the Thunder. We did not see a spread move get clicked on that turn.
I'm thinking, yeah, he went for that Thunder, probably just to scout out if Amoonguss might even possibly do a terrestrialization into the water type, so he wants to make sure he is covering all of his grounds against Andrew's Pokemon.
And we do see the Snarl come out now, which does big damage into the Calyrex. Again, doing well over half damage on Calyrex, but it just does big damage here. And we do see a Pollen Puff actually chosen on the Calyrex here. Very interesting. Because a Water Spout coming out, and the Calyrex will go down to that full HP Water Spout here. But now it comes down to, what did this Amoonguss choose? Andrew has chosen to sacrifice his own Calyrex Shadow Rider here to get that Spore off into the Iron Jugulus. A very impressive play by Andrew there.
With the Spore on the Iron Jugulus right round now, that means he can't go in for more Spores. So it gives him a good position. He's going into his Ogerpon right now, actually. Now, unfortunately, this one Ogerpon does not have any grass moves, so it's going to make it a lot harder for it to really be able to do any big damage to this Kyogre, except for any Ivy Cudgels or knockoffs.
You are absolutely right here, but we have to keep in mind that Ogerpon, like you said, it only has Ivy Cudgel and knockoff here. If Ogerpon goes into something like that Iron Jugulus with Ivy Cudgel, it would be super effective right now. And Ogerpon could go into the Kyogre, get some damage, but that Kyogre, as we end up just seeing the battle be...
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Andrew has opted to end the game, actually. Very interesting decision there.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a pretty tough choice. He already lost his one restricted Pokemon. He's probably just looking at the writing against the wall. He only has the Amoonguss, his Ogerpon, and possibly his Terrapagos in the bag. Is be frankly a very hard position to be able to recover from that kind of battle.
Yeah, it would have been very interesting, but the fact that Iron Jugulus would have had to take that one guaranteed turn of sleep, I do end up wondering what Andrew could have done on that turn. He probably could have gone for an Ivy Cudgel into the Iron Jugulus, make sure that you have the priority and you don't have to worry about Tailwind. You would still have to worry about the possibility of a Glacial Lance or a Thunder or an Origin Pulse or a Water Spout or a Hydro Pump. You'd have to worry about that, but you wouldn't have to worry about the speed control unless Trick Room goes up.
Right, I mean, Iron Jugulus was such a key Pokemon on Carrie's team, being able to go for Snarls and just to make sure that Andrew's both of his restricted Pokemon were not able to do any big damage.
Yeah, I mean, it was very interesting to see what happened there.
Yeah.
I'm very curious as to why the immediate cancellation of the battle, though, because I feel like Andrew could have maybe clawed it back and forced a game 3.
He could have. I mean, when you have that kind of Terrapagos on your team where it relies on Calm Mind setting up, it makes it a big target because it's not attacking and gives it Carrie such a free position to just attack it. You know, what's Terrapagos going to do? It's a little turtle. Like, you can't attack back at that point.
You're absolutely right. But honestly, now that we've got this done, do you want to do some trivia?
You know what? Yeah, let's do some trivia. Let's have some little fun right here. Let's see if we can test our viewers or anybody else watching, see how well they know their Pokemon stuff.
I haven't done trivia in a while yet. I mean, I do pride myself in being very knowledgeable, so to speak.
I'll just see about that.
I wonder what kind of trivia they've got for us.
I'm excited. Ooh, let's see. Who's that Pokemon? It's Herculean powers. It can easily throw around 100 times its own weight.
Oh, okay. So we're doing Pokedex entries here. Oh.
It can.
Oh man.
Throw.
Okay,
I mean, it could be any fighting type. I'm also thinking,
it could even be like a steel type,
a rock type. Ooh.
I'm trying to think here,
but it's gotta be probably something small at that point. You know what I'm thinking? What if it was like Heracross?
You think this is Heracross?
I mean, it could be possible. It doesn't mention anything about horns, so that's something that's, making me think not 100% it's not Heracross, but I think it could possibly be something like that.
And now that I think about it, you might be right, because they do talk about its horn being more of its strength than its actual limbs.
Right.
So,
I mean, he's just got little bug limbs, It's the horn that's possible.
He's got the little bug limbs. I think he's got some wings too. I'm not. I think. I mean, he's been. It's not a stag beetle.
No, I think it's a Herculean beetle, something like that.
What? Well,
I mean, that's why I also got thinking about that, because that's what it's based on. I'm pretty sure it's like, or a Goliath beetle, something like that. One of those beetles that you see all the time that like to flip each other over.
Oh yeah, because the bug fight would. You got it. I think we gotta lock in Heracross.
I'm gonna lock in Heracross. We're gonna see what.
Hey, it's Heracross.
Yeah.
Let's go. And also, I think my friend Courtney Rogers, if I would have gotten this question wrong, I think she would have been Barney Stinson. Friendship over.
Ooh, that's gotta be rough, just because of one Pokemon right there. But let's see if we can kick it off with another trivia question. I would love to see. Since it can't generate, it sticks to large body. Oh, that's Joltik.
Yeah, that's
Joltik.
Yeah, you can already see that one like coming from a mile away.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Joltik.
Yeah, that was just a little. I think they're giving us some warm up questions. I think they're giving us some warm up. They're giving us some warm up, and then they're gonna hit us with the right hook and the left.
Oh yeah, I gotta see what we got next. Give me something.
All right, let's see what we got next here. Oh man, I'm having fun with the trivia though, because this Pokemon is very tenacious. Once it targets its prey, it won't give up the chase, no matter how far the prey goes.
That could be any Pokemon.
I mean, tenacious prey giving up the chase.
It's something that's very aggressive. I'm almost thinking it could be a Paradox Pokemon. I don't think it's that. No. All the Paradox Pokemon have like that same sort of Pokedex where it's like, there's not much known about Pokemon.
For me, what's getting me is the part where it says it won't give up the chase. Now, this may be a little unorthodox here, but I do remember a long time ago they used to say it. Don't look a primate in the eyes. Otherwise, you will never be able to avoid it. So I think I'm going to lock in primate.
All right, let's go with primate.
Oh, it's Arbok!
Arbok! I would have never guessed that. Wow!
And actually, funnily enough, the Pokemon Horizons anime, they just had their most recent episode in Japan yesterday. They actually had a Arbok in the episode.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Like Arbok was one of the featured Pokemon for that episode. And man, I can't remember. I thought I saw somewhere I was out of regionals or somewhere, some events, VGC. Someone was using Arbok and like actually popping off with a little bit.
Really?
Not day two. At least no way it's day two. But
well, never say never.
Never say that.
Never say never.
But someone was winning a few battles out of regionals or some major event with an Arbok, and I'm thinking, man, I gotta find that player. I gotta ask him, like, what were you cooking with that? But let's see if we got another trivia question for us.
Yeah, I wonder what this one will be. I mean, that one actually was a little bit tough because, I mean, like, you see, don't give up the chase. That's what got me with primate, is because of the eyes. If you see it, they say if you see a primate in the eyes, it will chase you until it dies. And then technically it'll probably chase you.
Speech, and it's highly intelligent. It has a tender and dislikes fighting.
Milotic.
Right.
That's Milotic right there.
No!
Oh, it's Latios!
I didn't think it'd be Latios. That's not the more offensive one.
Oh, I mean, okay. See, now we're getting into that. We're just answering. We're just trying to guess quickly. We're just trying to guess quickly.
We gotta think these things.
We have to think. We have to use our collective intellect here, Brandon. We gotta use our collective intellect here. Oh man, I wonder what the next one is gonna.
To be honest, I was thinking it was Gardevoir for a second. I was like, nah.
Ooh, well, no, it didn't say black hole.
Groups of them beat up anything that enters their territory. They can each spit acidic liquid from its mouth.
Groups of them beat up anything that enters their territory.
Territory.
I mean, acidic liquid.
So, yeah, it's got to be a poison type right there. But territorial. How many territorial poison types can you think of? I mean, I was thinking Graphite for a second, but I don't think the Pokedex goes into that. It probably just goes into it how it's like, doodling, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it goes like off of that, but I mean,
what if it's no.
but also acidic liquid from its mouth? Graphite has the
right. It's on the finger.
Yeah, because it's based on the eye monkey.
So it's spitting out. I was thinking Drapion, but probably not that.
I was thinking like originally like Seviper or something like that. I'm thinking like something like a Seviper or I don't know, maybe like
what if it wasn't a poison type? But that could be it. Like I mean, what else could spit acid?
But beat up anything that enters their territory.
So maybe what if it's like Toxicroak? No, not Toxicroak. That is just spit.
Well, I mean, that is something because like it has the poison dart sack and everything.
Ooh.
Let's.
What if it's a poison or a bug type?
Well, again, let's split this off. So you have an answer, I have an answer. So let's not just lock in the same answer.
I'm gonna go with, as much as it's not spitting much, I'm gonna go with Toxicroak.
Okay, you're gonna go with Toxicroak. I am gonna go with screw it, I'll go Drapion.
No, I mean we're
Scrafty.
Okay, you know what? I was at least getting somewhere with the fighting type thing.
But acidic liquid from its mouth.
What if you see Scrafty spitting on anything?
Yeah, like I didn't even know that was in its Pokedex entry.
I guess, yeah, in the Pokedex or something. I gotta look that up. It's gotta be one of these games. It's just talking about spitting Scrafty.
Yeah, I mean, I would have never seen that one coming in a million years.
I think it at least gets gunk shot. I mean,
no, it does get gunk, but at the same time, like you don't think of acidic liquid.
No, I just think about it's got the baggy pants. And
yeah, I mean, we see it. We see Scraggy's black and white sprite. It literally pulls it up
the pants. Whoop. It's trying. It's like, I can pull them out and they just fall back down. It's a lot of loose skin.
Exactly. But hey, that was a good tough one.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we got another one.
Oh, that gave us trouble. I can't wait to see what they got next. Like the wind, it can slip through. Whimsicott.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait. At least balls of white fluff behind. Shoot.
Oh.
No. It's Whimsicott. It's Whimsicott. I got this. It's Whimsicott.
I think it's either Whimsicott or Jumpluff, but I'm going to go with Whimsicott.
It's Whimsicott. Yes, Whimsicott.
All right, it was Whimsicott. Because again, like the balls of white fluff, Jumpluff, the white balls.
I mean, I have a passion. I love Whimsicott, so I read ever since Black and White. I'm always reading the same Pokedex entries every time. That was stuck in my mind. I know that somehow, I guess Whimsicott's like an octopus. It can just go through any crack that it wants to. And then, you know what? It's just leaving fluff behind,
Whimsicott being based on an octopus, I have now heard it all.
And they got it slips through anything. Like they don't have the bones.
Yeah. Okay, so again, that one's... This brutal Pokemon travels the skies on its 6 wings.
All right, come on.
Anything that moves seems like a foe to it.
Okay, come on. Come on. That's Hydreigon. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
We just saw Iron Jugulus, so it's like...
It's fresh on the mind.
Yeah. Now, of course, we do have to believe... Do you believe that a Culture magazine from Scarlet and Violet...
Oh, no.
Iron Jugulus fell in love with a robot?
There's a lot of strange fiction, but they're saying, no, this is nonfiction that actually happened,
I mean, we have to remember, though, the Scarlet book was considered a Culture magazine at one point. But then, thanks to the player characters and Briar, that actually turned out to be a legitimate publication.
Right. I mean, anything's possible in the world of Pokemon.
I believe so.
Let's see, we got another one.
I wonder what this one will be. Because we've gotten some stumpers, but we've gotten some easy ones. Right. I think this one will be a hard one coming up.
Ooh, they build huge nests with many rooms that are different purposes, such as eating and sleeping. Nests. So it's gotta be a bug type, right?
Why am I getting Combee or Vespiquen with this?
I mean, it could be something like that. I'm also thinking, what if it was... No, I think if it was Durant, they'd probably talk about more of like its metal body, something like that. So it's got to be some kind of bug type that's not Durant. I mean, huge nests with many rooms that are used for different purposes, like eating and sleeping. Like, it almost sounds like it's just making like just houses or like apartments or something like that. It's just like, you know what? This will be that room. This will be that room. That's the eating room. That's the kitchen. That's the living room. That's the bedroom.
That's the master bedroom over there. That's the game room. This is the battlefield room. This is the bonus room. This is the garage.
So, you want to lock in Combi?
I think I'm going to lock in Combi.
Let's lock in Combi.
Mouse hole.
Yeah, you know that
Okay,
makes sense.
that does make sense. I mean, because again, like we're thinking, like like building nests. You don't you think of mouse hole tidying up. You don't think of it making nests.
You know, they're just little families, whatnot. I don't think like lots of little families just all together. I mean, yeah, maybe that is real estate for mouse hole real estate right there.
Yeah, mouse hole real estate. Yeah, I mean, hey. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to start a real estate company, Mousehold Real Estate.
Mousehold Real Estate, all right.
TPCI exclusive.
Ooh, all right.
Let's do one more, Brent. I think we got time for one more.
One more? Yeah, let's go for one more.
And hopefully it's one that we can, differentiate on. And this will be the tiebreaker, so to speak.
Ooh, all right. Let's go.
Oh man, I'm very curious on this one.
Let's shoot for all the marbles for this one. You know what? Those are all warm-ups. This 1 point right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got Pelipper and we got Screamtail here. Maybe we'll get one of them.
Oh man, that would be really useful. I gotta represent my boy Screamtail right there. Always doing my everything, all my wins for me.
Oh, hold on. I gotta be Coral in the anime.
Oh man! A parent
maybe seen rubbing their cheek pouches together in an effort to share. Okay, so right off rip.
So it's one of those little electric types.
It's one of the Pikachu clones.
Together in an effort to share stored electricity. A pair. I mean, so I'm thinking when it says pair, I'm thinking plus or minus, but no, because a pair would mean two of the same Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be plus or minus. So it's not going to be Raichu, because Raichu's thing is about zapping Indian elephants.
Yes.
So we're not going to do that one. So we got Pachirisu, which I'm thinking, that one's probably all about, between that and Morpeko, they're all about snacking, They're just little rodents, the cheeks.
Pachirisu is more like mischievous.
Yeah.
Like we saw Dawn's Pachirisu in the anime.
Yeah, right there. Amalga, that one's flying. We got the Dene.
But then again, I mean, we have seen in the anime, I mean, Ash's Pikachu and Iris's Emolga.
Oh yeah, they're rubbing the cheeks.
They rubbed the cheek pouches. It could be Emolga.
I think that's just like, that's just a thing they all do. Like, any of them. I mean, we gotta think, what else do we got? We got the Dene, we got Togedemaru, we got Morpeko, we got, who was our newest one?
The Palmy line.
Ooh, the Palmy line. Ooh.
I mean, again, this is for all the marbles. We got to choose one of each. You know what? Just because it says it in there, I'm gonna lock in Dedenne. What are you gonna lock in?
Ooh, lock in. I'm gonna go with. You know what? Let's just go with Pikachu.
Okay, you're gonna go Pikachu. I'm gonna go Dedenne, and the answer is.
It was Pachirisu. The VGC poster child, Pachirisu.
The 2014 world champion.
I'm sorry, Pachirisu. You know what? I'll do better next time.
If I could speak Korean, I would say I'm sorry to Seijun Park.
You know what? I mean, right now he's probably wrestling his sleeve. It's like someone's dishonoring Pachirisu. That's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'll get it next time. I love your Pachirisu. I love your passion for the game, your creativity in this game. But you know what? We'll get it next time.
Well, I think we have to do one more now because we got it wrong. So we have to see if one of us wins. So we got to get one more.
We got to do it until one of us gets it right. At this point,
until one gets it right and one gets it wrong. We got to try one more. Now we kind of figured out with the Pika clones though.
Yeah.
So it was
we're close. I mean, it could have been any of them in that race.
It really could have. But again, if it said snacking, we would have said okay, Morpeko.
Morpeko. If it was like the plus on Mayan thing, there's that. And I know Pichu, that thing just can zap things.
They travel in groups of 4 or 5, leaving signs for one another on trees and rocks. They bring down their prey with coordinated attacks.
I know this one. No, I can't remember it. They leave their signs. It's what if it's just Grafii? No.
I'm thinking Paldea, but I'm gonna go a different route because coordinated. I'm going Spidops. I'm locking in Spidops.
All right, we'll go Grafii. I knew that one.
I just thought of it now. I just realized.
Remember the old the snow.
The TCG pocket,
Yeah,
the
one
rainbow
card.
art.
Was it the Snom card?
No, it was Swine.
Swino, right? And then
it was a Weavile card.
They're all circling around it.
On the Swino.
You know what?
You know what? After that, I think we need a break.
Yeah.
I think after that, we need a break.
That's enough trivia for now.
Because I think the crowd is ready to beat us up for how long we've been.
Yeah,
So
we don't know our Pokemon enough, but you know what? It's okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with round 4 of the Versus Games League Cup here in Oviedo, Florida. So don't go anywhere.